Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, yeah, the Vols are building their backcourt, working hard on it. The portal is definitely heating up. And NICO got dissed.
Oh, well, there's strikes 2 and 3 right there.
We're going to talk about that too. But first, let's get into this. Tennessee is trying to build their backcourt. Of course, they've already gotten a Jacoby Gillespie, who was a great pickup, a top-end guard out of the transfer portal, came out of Maryland. Well, there's another guard out of Maryland who is also in the portal, and he's coming to visit the Vols, and it looks like it's a two-team race, and that is Rodney Rice. And Tennessee's trying to replace everything pretty much. Ziegler, Chaz Lanier, Meshack, all down the line. A lot of folks have left because that's just how it is. They ran out of eligibility. So Tennessee's rebuilding a huge part of the roster, and of course the backcourt is incredibly important. And Rodney Rice would be a nice pickup. And Jacoby Gillespie is involved in this, and he is recruiting this guy hard because he wants to have him join him at Tennessee because they played together in Maryland and played really well together.
We're putting the band back together.
And he'll be here this weekend. He's also visiting Villanova. As you can see right here, he'll be there the 10th and the 11th. Then he comes to Tennessee this weekend. Scores about 14 points a game, couple of rebounds. Very good free throw shooter, over 80%. Says Gillespie admitted that he's recruiting his former teammate to join him, and that's believed to help Barnes in his effort to try and sign Rice. Said having the two work their magic together next year in the SEC would surely be a lot of fun to watch. I agree with that. And Tennessee's in pretty good shape in the front court. They've got Phillips and Okpara, and of course Estrella will be back. He had hurt his foot and missed the whole season. And they do have a guard in Boswell. They also have 3 new recruits that are coming in this year, and that's a 4-star Evans, another 4-star Brown, and then a 3-star point guard in Troy Henderson. And then they just picked up Jalen Carey, who's a big-time forward at 6'8", 265. Nice thing about him, this guy was a 2-star when he came into college. Now he's a 4-star. So this guy's a hard worker. You know, he came in very unheralded, and now he's, you know, kind of worked his way up the ladder in a major way. And then, of course, Gillespie was a huge pickup. So right now we've got 4 open spots, possibly 6, depending on how the NCAA House settlement goes, which the hearing's already occurred, waiting on the judge's decision. So picking up Rice would be really nice. That would pretty much take care of your backcourt. And then you would need a wing. You'd probably need a small forward, a scoring forward, and a shooter or 2. I don't know if he'll fill the entire 13 spots or possibly even 15. Last year, he only filled 11 because he didn't want a bunch of guys sitting on the bench getting ticked off the whole game or the whole season. That didn't work out as well, though, because we lost 2 guys right off the bat. One guy from injury, another guy just walked. So you're taking a chance if you only go with 11. I think he'll go with a full 13 this year. It was kind of nip and tuck this year. At one point, we were down to 7 scholarship guys due to injury, 2 of which came back. But, I mean, down to 7, that's really pushing it. So look for Tennessee to aggressively fill those spots in the transfer portal, and they're going to be looking for guys that can fill it up. We need shooters. We need them big time. And this Rice fella is an excellent shooter. We already got one in Gillespie. And just keep filling those spots because you see how important it is to be able to hit threes. Florida basically won a national title because of it. You got to be able to fill it up, and it can't just be 1 or 2 guys. You need 3 or 4 guys that can shoot from 3. It's just the way it is. All right, now we're going to talk about NICO. NICO got dissed. This is on CBS Sports, and it's talking about the top returning quarterbacks for 2025. And they did a top 10, and I'll show you the list that they put together. But you may have a little bit of trouble finding NICO. Now, number 10 started out with DJ Lagway. Lagway's dealing with an injury, and everybody's being kind of tight-lipped about it down there. He's not throwing. He's not throwing at all spring. And he's also got a lower body injury. And it's starting to become a problem as far as, what they have as backup. And there's a lot of talk about it down there in Florida that it's putting their season really in limbo. And it talks about 2 people that are close to the situation said the shoulder injury more than likely will need surgery at some point. The hope is off-season rest. As many as 6 months of non-throwing will strengthen the shoulder or at least allow Lagway to play the 2025 season. Now, I wonder why they just didn't have surgery right after this season. I'm kind of questioning that. And also, it turns out that this was an injury that initially started out in high school. So he's been dealing with this for a long time. I guess they were hoping they could avoid surgery, but it doesn't sound like that's necessarily going to happen. And it looks like it's a family decision, and they're working with the Florida staff and, of course, private physicians. I mean, this guy's a big-time, multi-million-dollar arm, so they're going to be very careful with him, as you can imagine. He's already making probably a couple $1 million a year already at Florida. So, you know, having a surgery is a big decision. But anyway, they've got him at number 10. Number 9, they've got a Devon Dampier from New Mexico Lobos. And it talks about a guy you probably didn't watch. I didn't watch him either. But he's a guy that throws a lot of bombs, scrambling. He's just a great athlete. So they got him at 9. Then here's Lenore Sellers. I've talked a lot about him. Probably the most dynamic running quarterback in the country. I don't think there's any question. It was Jalen Milroe last year. He was a strong second. Now I put him in first place. He's like 240 pounds and can run and is really strong. You can arm tackle him. He's very inconsistent with his arm, but sometimes he looks amazing. This is a guy that is a dark horse for the Heisman. So look for him to definitely be in that conversation. Number 7, they've got Luke Altmaier from Illinois, and he played really well last year. He's a heck of a player. I can see him being in the top 10. Got another fellow from Baylor Bears, Sawyer Robinson. They got him at number 6. Talks about how he saved Baylor's season. He didn't begin as a starter and then picked it up from there, but they've got him at 6. No Nico yet. Garrett Nussmeier got him at 5th. I've seen him as high as 1st. He's got a great arm. My one problem with him, and I've told you, is he's not a running quarterback, and I think you have to have that in 2025. He's going to put up gaudy numbers, got good receivers and all that, but you're going to lose a game or two because he just doesn't have those getaway sticks. Carson Beck at number 4. Here's a guy that really takes a lot of grief, and I think it's because he's a little bit standoffish.
Ew, get off of me. Ugh, as if.
I know Georgia got tired of that. He bought the Lambo. He kind of left the team after he got hurt, and there was a lot of hurt feelings there. I think they really like Gunnar Stockton, and now that's who they're going with. So Carson being at number 4, I'm fine with. I think he's a heck of a quarterback, but, you know, everybody's got an opinion. Number 3, Arch Manning. He's not shown a lot, but what he has played has been really good. Terrific arm. He was a top 2 player when he was recruited. I think he's going to have a terrific year. Another guy that's, you know, he might take a run at that Heisman. Drew Aller of Penn State, great athlete, a heck of a player. I could see him being in the top 5 easily. And then number 1, they got Cade Klubnik, who really took a lot of grief at Clemson, but came on at the end. He was a 5-star out of Texas, as I recall. Fun player to watch. Got a lot of grit. I don't know if I'd have him at number 1, but he's going to put up some gaudy numbers as well, so might surprise you. He may end up winning the Heisman. But no Nico anywhere in there. They've got DJ Lagway in there. Got a bunch of guys that, God, I can't believe they don't have Nico in the top 10. Very surprising. So that's a diss for sure. Nico's first year, he throws for 2,500 yards. Really starts to show his ability to run. He was our only offense in the Ohio State game. We lost our top 3 offensive weapons. Lost our all-SEC running back, our top wide receiver, our second wide receiver. I mean, it was the Nico show. And he showed a lot of grit. They even cracked his helmet open. But he just kept going. So look for Nico. I'd have him in the top 10 guaranteed. But, you know, that's me. It was his very first year. That's always the toughest. You normally see the biggest jump from year 1 to year 2. I expect to see that with Nico.
Logical.
I think he'll hit around 3,000 yards passing and probably have 500-600 yards rushing. And I feel good about, you know, if he stays healthy, I think we'll be in great shape. Anyway, I wanted to cover those issues today. Of course, basketball team filling up their needs in the portal. And Nico, hey, this is great fuel for the fire. This will get him ticked off, and he'll go into the year ready to go. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, 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 hit that button right there. It won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video. YouTube, thanks, you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?